TV writers have always faced a dilemma. Should they write episodes so that people who are randomly scrolling through the episodes can stop in, actually understand what's happening, and enjoy it? Think of something like Star Trek. It's like a self-contained episode. Or, more like Game of Thrones, should you weave some crazy story together so it's super bingeable? You go from episode to episode. The plot actually isn't even resolved in that episode. You have to go to the next one and the next one and the next one and the next one. And there is no shortage of cliffhangers until the very, very end of the show. And for decades, this has switched back and forth. All right, we're dropping in on these episodes. Oh, we've got the soap operas over here. Should we be more? 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 Should we be less on this scale? Well, with Netflix, we are firmly in the series era, the bingeable content. People want stories that pull them in and keep them hooked. And your emails are absolutely no different. You're not pulling in new people randomly throughout your emails that you need to send out a different blast every time. What you need is a structured story when people come in and start that gets them to read the next one and the next one and the next one. You don't need people dropping in and out. You need them to follow the best story they've ever had from beginning to end so that you can move them where you want them to. Whether that's to buy the biggest thing you have to offer, whether that's to slowly move them through a progression of steps, it's your job to create this woven together story, not through one short email, not through one long email, but through many, many emails of different lengths, different formats, different tones, different goals, until they reach one big final goal. So when we think about this one big goal, right? I always like to think of any nurture sequence as asking someone to marry you, right? Or asking for the sale, like a big sale. That's asking someone to marry you, right? The second you meet someone, you have a really good conversation, you're flirting, you're having a good time. Is that the right time? Almost certainly not, right? We shouldn't just be jumping in and be like, oh man, she brushed against me, marry me, be with me forever. It's not going to go very well for you, right? Likewise, should you date someone for 12 years and then finally ask them what the heck is going on? What is that story? No, probably not. We want to find the sweet spot where people are most engaged, most interested, and it's most appropriate to actually pop the question. So if you want to get the yes in relationship or in business, it's all about the timing. If you're selling something pretty low commitment, it's enter your email for this, or it's a $27 product or a $12 product or whatever it might be. If you're selling something pretty low commitment, like, just enter your email and you'll get it for free, or, $27, $10, whatever it might be, that's sort of like pitching a first date, right? You might want to spend a little bit more time with it. You might want to spend some time talking to this person first. That's a long email. That's a long landing page kind of territory. It's the coffee date, right? It's like, oh, do you want to go get a cup of coffee? And some people will sit on that forever. They will never ask for that. This is the non-direct response marketer who's like, oh, maybe if I'll just be nice, eventually they'll get the picture. I don't even know what's going on in their head. No, you need to ask for the sale. But it's important to realize not everyone's going to go for that. So there's going to be a decent amount of people who say, yeah, let's go get coffee. And there's going to be some people who are like, I want to be friends first. I want to hang out in a group setting first. If we're, working in proximity, there's one of those 4 friendship things we talked about the other day. I just want to kind of be around you for a bit before I just go on a coffee date with a stranger. Some people are going to be like that, and that's okay. Those people, give them something free, get them on the email list and talk to them, be around and nurture them until they're ready to buy. Because one thing is for sure, whether you're in either camp, marriage and the big ask is not the same thing as asking someone on a coffee date. The bigger the decision, the longer the lead up, the more time you have to spend talking to them, engaging with them, being their friend, giving them things of value, and then you can finally ask. Spend longer time making them like you, trust you, see you as the right choice. But, and this is a big but, don't talk about yourself. This is the biggest mistake people probably make in marketing and in relationships. You go on a first date, you're hanging out with someone, and all they do is talk about themselves. They're like, oh, I ran this marathon, and this is what I bench, and this is what I deadlift, and here are all my previous people that I dated, and here's what I'm trying to do. Here are my 5 projects that I'm working on, and I've been working on them for years, and I'm trying to do this, and I'm doing this, and I'm also investing in Bitcoin, and also I love the Joe Rogan experience, and also, I wrestle and I box, and also, I played this video game the other day, and also, I think I look really cool. I got this new haircut, because I thought it looked like someone, and people always tell me I look like that celebrity. You don't make people like you by talking about yourself, right? You make people like you by being a sterling conversationist. I actually, funny enough, from How to Win Friends and Influence People, Ben Franklin talks about. Actually, funny enough, from How to Win Friends and Influence People, what is his name? When I was a boy in Missouri. In How to Win Friends and Influence People, he talks about how important it is, if you want to be liked, if you want to come across as a good conversationalist, use people's names, talk about them, and ask them about themselves. If you ask people, oh, really? Oh, how interesting. What's your favorite episode of the Joe Rogan Experience? Oh, man, how interesting. Oh, how long have you been lifting? That's your deadlift? How long have you been lifting? Oh, is that hard? How many days a week do you work out? You just ask a couple of questions and really dive into their interests. And suddenly, you're like, the other person walks away like, what a great conversation I had. They talked about themselves the whole time. People love talking about themselves. But if you're the one doing the wooing, if you're the marketer, if you're the person who's, both people are dating, but let's say particularly you're the guy in the relationship, let them talk about themselves, woo them a little bit. If you're the one who asked them out, woo them a little bit, right? All right, so ask them about themselves. Get them to talk about themselves. In copywriting, what does that mean? That means use you language. Don't say, oh, I was doing this. I recommend this. I achieved this in my life. I was able to accomplish this with these tactics. Say, with these tactics, you can have X, you can have Y, you can have Z results without X, Y, and Z. Imagine yourself doing X, Y, Z, right? Put it in you terms. Put it in their terms. What did they get out of this? And I think this is from Aristotle's Rhetoric. If you have to compliment yourself, if you have to say something good about yourself, don't say it about yourself. Put it in the mouth of another person. Just go, oh man, I'm honestly like floating on air. I'm just having a great day. I was talking to someone. I wrote this email the other day for work, and they liked it so much that they started emailing in just to respond and say, I love this email. This was so funny. Wow, that's cool. But you didn't say, I wrote this email that was so cool. You're like, oh man, I feel so good. I'm having a great day because people said this about me. You're like, oh great. That's such an easy twist. I think about this on, sometimes my wife and I will watch, like kind of trashy reality TV shows. And the amount of people who talk about themselves, it's like, oh my God, don't say, oh, I'm the coolest. Actually, everyone from my hometown says that I look, everyone from my hometown loves me. I date all these people. And don't say that. Say like, yeah, you know what? I don't think it's like a huge deal, but I've had several girls who have been very interested in me. I'm hoping the same thing happens at this place. I'm not proud of it, but I've broken a few hearts. People say I'm good looking, I'll take their word for it. But how much better does that come across? It's a little cocky, sure, but it's not the same thing. Don't talk about yourself. Talk about the other person. And if you absolutely must talk about yourself, tell it in a story and put it in the mouth of someone else. And just before we go on to the next slide, why would you talk about yourself? You would talk about yourself because people still need proof. They need your personal stories and everything. But when you do that, wrap it in the words of someone else rather than you just complimenting yourself the whole time. All right. So now we've decided we need to do these long things. We need to be around. We need to talk to people. During that time, we might have to talk about ourselves to make people think that we're cool, but we should talk about them a lot. And if we absolutely must talk about ourselves, we should put it in the words of others. Let's put all that into an email sequence, shall we? So here we go. We have your indoctrination sequence. These are when people first subscribe to you. This is the first, 3 to 7 emails, 1 to 7 emails that are going to go to this new subscriber to get them on board, get them interested, kind of acclimate them to what being a subscriber is like. Maybe that's just describing the culture. Maybe that's just dumping value on them. Maybe it's getting them to buy something, right? It all depends on their mind state and what products you're pushing. But how to write an indoctrination sequence that turns casual readers into cult-like fans. The $1 million launch sequence. This is a sales sequence, like a 5 to 14 day sales sequence that can turn you into a millionaire. The beer bong sequence that will rapidly push subscribers from top of funnel to bottom of funnel, getting people to actually buy. If they're not going to stick around for long, get them to buy. And the soap opera sequence that ensures your subscribers open every single email. Let's get to it. So these emails are emails, right? They don't just work in your blog. They could be on your Substack or really kind of anywhere where people are receiving long form messages from you, anywhere where they're reading semi-long form content. So platforms like Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube can even leverage the strategy through serialized content that keeps people engaged. Like imagine this is YouTube instead. I've talked about the soap opera sequence enough. I think you probably know what it is even before we get there. Say like, oh, today we're going to be talking about this. It's my 14 episode series where we're going to be doing this. I don't know, hypothetically, you do a 21 course copywriting course. You put it on YouTube or on Rumble. And you're like, hey, it's all going to be here. Check in next time. And partway through the episode, you're like, actually, in the next episode, we're going to learn this. Hypothetically, if you were to do that, that would be an example of a soap opera sequence done not in emails, but in YouTube. So there's a way to apply all of this to non-emails, but we're still in email writing mode. We theoretically haven't learned how to write anywhere else for any other reason. So just know that it applies outside of that. But right now, let's switch back into email mindset, because email has one unique advantage, which is segmentation. On YouTube, you had to send it to everyone. On Twitter, you have to send it to everyone, right? But with emails, you can segment out like crazy. And what is segmentation? So let's say you give people a quiz before they subscribe. Everyone subscribes, they answer 7 different questions. Well, you can sort them out. Let's say there's 4 different answers per thing. Theoretically, you could sort these people out 28 different ways. You could segment them out by, that's by answers. You could segment them out by how long it's been since they've subscribed. You can segment them out, and this one's really, really popular. How many days has it been since they last opened something from you? So if it's been 14 days, well, now we got to get them out of the indoctrination sequence. We have to put them into a win back sequence, which is how do I get them re-interested in what I have to offer? That's yet another kind of sequence that we can write, right? Segmentation is huge. And eventually, by the way, email's best practices, if they haven't opened something in 6 months, you either need to fully get them off your list or add them to like a once or twice a year thing. If you do a promotion, for whatever seasonal thing is big for you, if it's Christmas, if it's Black Friday, maybe your product or service is very aspirational, so it's New Year's, whatever it might be, save them for like a once a year thing and leave them alone the rest of the time. Those are both options, right? So that segmentation is super powerful. So let's keep focusing on the email stuff. You can personalize the journey and send the right message to them at the right time, which means more money in your pocket. Now, let's break down the main categories of email flows and let's separate them by their goals and how they fit into your funnel or sales journey. All right, so yesterday we read this from Alex Catoni. Yes, David, I'm so happy you joined us. I'm so thrilled to officially welcome you to the Copy Posse. You're one of us now. I promise we're not a cult, yada, yada, yada. She talks about what you can expect, that she likes to swear and be a little crude in her emails, and you're welcome to unsubscribe. And she talks about non-work things when she feels like it. And she has a couple freebies for you. Follow her on Instagram and YouTube. I think that's what we covered, right? That's an indoctrination sequence. And there's going to be like 3 to 5 emails in that, maybe up to 7, where you want to do something similar for your product or service that you're promoting. Remember yesterday when I said that you're not capturing new subscribers, like 10 minutes ago, that you're not capturing new subscribers with every email, not enough to build an entire strategy around? Well, I lied, sort of, because people are technically coming in all the time. Hopefully you have a new way on your website or on YouTube, or maybe you're running paid ads as some sort of a lead magnet. People are coming into your list. What I mean is people... there's a difference between email blast, which is like to your entire list, and people who are just coming in, right? So if people have been subscribed to you for 200 days, maybe they just need to get the email blasts at this point. Or maybe you have a specific experience for them, either way. But you don't want to be email blasting the people who are just coming in, right? 95% of your emails shouldn't be focusing on new subscribers, but the first 5% totally should. That's the indoctrination sequence. It's like, hey, we should get you adjusted to what things are like around here. If they haven't bought, or maybe there's a new medium-sized thing that you need to get them to buy, yeah, warm them up, get them convinced, and move them in that direction. This is where your welcome sequence comes in. It has some really heavy lifting to do to get them on board. It's where you deliver what they signed up for example. So if they came for a lead magnet, you need to give them the lead magnet, right? Keith Krantz did this the other day. You sign up for his, what is it called? His flight camp, right? And then 6 hours later, he sends that super high value thing. Think of this like Gary Vaynerchuk, if you know him, like kind of marketing guru, very popular 10 years ago, still popular. He does the jab, 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 right hook, right? And he says, realistically, that should be like jab, 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 right hook. What are your jabs? Your jabs are your light giving, you're giving. You want to throw that hook? That's your big sale point. The more jabs you throw, the more empathy you build up. That's how he would describe it. The more ethos you build up. That's how I would describe it, how Aristotle would describe it. People come to like you and trust you. They also see, from like a logic perspective, that you've been capable. You really know your stuff over the last 10 jabs. All right, now we throw that hook, we're good to go. They see that you provide value, you're a good person, and you're super knowledgeable. This thing is worth it, right? And they're more receptive. You're not like super pushy or anything. So that's another thing you can do with your indoctrination, is deliver value before you ask for a bigger sale. On screen, you see that example from Alex Catoni. All right, so that's our indoctrination sequence. So when you're building your own indoctrination sequence, it really depends on how they got here, right? The main thing I would say is there are kind of two categories here. Let's say there's three categories. Category number one, they just subscribed for something. You need to give that to them and give them more of that thing early on in the process. And you should have a second point that you're trying to move them to. If you gave them a free lead magnet, there's obviously something you need to move them to in the next couple of days, but you need to deliver some value before that so that they like and trust you. Because really, realistically, they just wanted this free thing, right? If you go, free thing, now buy, they're not ready, right? You got to go, free thing. Oh, even better. Oh, even better. And the best sale here possible is probably something that's like, hey, I have this free content. Send them to a webinar. Hey, I have a free consultation call. Because it feels like more free stuff, but it is, in fact, a sales pitch. That's going to be a super powerful combo. Or, free workshop, which is, again, kind of a VSL or okay. Now, what's thing number two? So thing number two, they're coming in from your content. They're coming in from your YouTube. They're coming in from your website. They probably know you already, but here you have to kind of set the tone. Say, here's what you're going to experience. Here's why this is going to be different than some of the other ways that you've gotten value from me. So Alex Catoni does this. P.S. By the way, everything you're getting here, you're not going to find this anywhere else. You're not going to find this on YouTube or Instagram or whatever. That's why you want to be here. You get early access, discounts, things that you'll never get on my socials. And you go, oh shoot, I really should be here, right? That's very cool. And thing number three is if your audience has a really short attention span, you need to make the sale quickly. A sale, right? So maybe they came in for a lead magnet. Maybe they're interested in your blog. If that's the case, we're going to talk about the beer bong sequence a little bit later and how we can just jump into that really quick. But first, the $1 million launch sequence. If you've got some time to make a sale, right? Eventually, no matter how many gives you make, eventually, no matter how many jabs you throw, you're going to have to throw the hook, right? You don't want to be the person who's been friends with someone for 5 years and hasn't asked them on the coffee date. My goodness, you have to ask. You have to ask for the sale. And sometimes that's a simple PS pitch at the end of your email. If you're like, I don't want to be super pushy, great. You can ask someone out in a non-pushy way. You can say, oh, we've been really, actually a couple of us are going to mini golf tonight if you want to go do that. That's super easy. It sounds like a group date, but a group date first. And then another time, oh, hey, you're talking about this thing the other day. I thought we could go for another coffee chat. Great. You go there. It still doesn't necessarily feel like a date. We're still, but now we're hanging out with them alone. At the end of the coffee chat, you should say like, hey, like I've really enjoyed talking to you. Like not just like as friends, but a little bit more serious than that. Like, I'm just really enjoying hanging out with you. You want to do this again sometime? All right. We've had some time to warm someone up who wasn't ready for like the full on coffee date. Great. You've warmed them up. Now they've gotten to spend some time alone with you. Cool. The next one is officially a date. Those other two, what were they? Were they dates? Were they not? I don't know. Now you're on a date, right? Now you've asked for the sale. You can do that. You can do the same thing in marketing. You can say, oh, here's this free training that we're doing, right? This isn't a sale. It's free training. But it's a sale at the end of it, right? So I got a little distracted. You use that kind of chill pitch at the end, the PS pitch, and be like, oh, by the way, I've got this other thing. If you're interested, if you're like, super dedicated to whatever this product or service is, I have a training that would be interesting to you. Or say, maybe you want to join my group. Just go straight for the sale. But if you're launching a new product or you want to bring in like a wave of sales all at once, you need this whole sequence, big 5 to 7 day thing to get people to build anticipation for what you're about to drop and drive action when you drop it. And that's where the $1 million launch comes in. So imagine like this 5 to 10 day email sequence that's designed to hype up your offer and get people excited to buy. It might look something like this. Day 1, something big is coming. I can't wait to tell you about this. Day number 2, I'm getting some great feedback from some of my early testers and it's looking amazing. Day 3, holy crap, one of our students just saw massive results. Here's what happened. Day 4, this is the solution to all your problems. Let me show you why. Day 5, here's what real people are saying about this offer. Day 6, how this works, why it works, and why you need it. Day 7, we decided to keep the sale open a little bit longer, but not for long. Day 8, sorry, it's closed now. If you want in, join the waitlist. I'll let you know if or when we open it again. Cool, that's cool. And then you could have a secondary warm-up sequence to be like, it's closed. And then they go back through and then it opens up like a week or two from now. And you go, actually, you know what? I did have someone drop out. A couple people, like they had some family stuff and actually have another spot open. Are you interested, right? That's if you have 1 or 2 people. I don't recommend lying to people. That permanently damages your ethos, right? So don't do that. But if there's some truth to it, you have another spot or 2. And sometimes that sort of thing does happen, right? Like you sign people up, you're like, I had 30 seats available for this coaching program and 5 people just never showed up. They literally paid for it and never showed up, but I'm happy. How do I access this email? So as I mentioned before, there's this guy named Brian Moran. Brian Moran now works at Samcart. He's the CEO and founder. But before he worked at something called Train Baseball. So he's really experienced with this sort of like DR space and how to sell digital products. All right. So they're pushing Course Creation Challenge, which is part of Creator U. You've already seen some content for Creator U in the past. So anyways, he's a great direct response marketer. My personal style is probably a little bit less pushy than this, but this is just like a sweet masterclass. I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 emails. I think somewhere around here, we break from like, from his regular sequence to like, it's a closed sequence. And then he opens it back up. So there's like a dip. It's kind of 2 sequences long, absolutely sweet launch sequence. And it's going to take a minute. So we're going to read through this. All right. Day 1, Tuesday, February the 19th. Subject, this changes everything. Have you seen what's happening in the world of online courses? It's about to turn the industry upside down. There's new AI technology that can create an entire online course for you in just minutes. I'm talking about complete step-by-step video course on a topic of your choice, professional slides, workbooks, the whole 9 yards. And this has nothing to do with ChatGPT or other AI tools you've heard about lately. What I'll be revealing is a more advanced technology custom designed specifically for creating lucrative online courses. And the best part, you don't need any fancy equipment or technical skills. This new AI technology can build it for you just by writing a few simple sentences telling it what to do. I know this sounds unbelievable, but it's 100% real. I've seen it work firsthand to create full online courses from scratch in no time, and it's opening up a massive opportunity for anyone to get their course created and start profiting way faster than ever before. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. sharp, I'll show you what this technology is and how to use it so that you can start making big money online. For now, just know that if you've ever considered creating your own online course, there's never been an easier time to start thanks to this new tech. Stay tuned, Brian. All right, so no sale on the first one, just all warm up, just all anticipation. I think it's worth mentioning as well, not that AI isn't still a big thing, but this was probably written 2 years ago. So it's 2025 right now, so 2023. So AI is a lot fresher at that point. Maybe 3 years ago. I don't know. I obviously have the dates here, but I don't remember what year it was. So anyways, here we go. I saved this just in case. I gotta eventually empty things out of my inbox. So I copied it long form in here. All right. Wednesday, February 20th. Subject: Hey David, don't get left behind. Hi there, it's Brian. I need to get you up to speed in like 30 seconds because the clock is racing on this opportunity of a lifetime. Right now, two major economic and tech forces are converging into one. It will eliminate 80% of all creators, but help the other 20% surge in everything they do. That's pretty cool. The data is nice there. It's also nice to say like, hey, there's a reason why you need to listen to me. And there's an awesome opportunity for those of you who do. That's kind of what's implied there. Here's what's going on. So there's some real stakes. That's a nice whiff 'em right there, right? First 4 lines, we introduce the whiff 'em. They're very good. All right, here's what's going on. Force number 1, the rise in online learning, remote work, side hustles, and the creator economy. Based on what I'm seeing deep inside Samcart and from conversations with venture capitalists, VCs, and online entrepreneurs, this is on track to create 1 million new full-time creators over the next couple of years. And to make things even more insane, force number 2, the rise of AI, allowing anyone to instantly create images, text, audio, and video with the click of a button. AI is now making it 100 times easier to create a course and sell it within minutes. The moment I realized what was happening over the past year, I immediately went to work to update and upgrade our course creation challenge. The original challenge was over 14 days. The new challenge is only 5 days. And at the end of those 5 days, you'll have a digital course or product to sell along with all the pages and strategies needed to sell it. How? Because our new suite of AI tools does 90% of the work for you. It will literally write an ebook, create the slides, and do the heavy lifting of creating a product. And then Samcart handles all the tech of selling. I've prepared a video for you that walks you through the new challenge and what's now possible thanks to those two forces combining into one. This is an entirely new way to create and sell a course in less than a week. It's only possible because new AI technology we have made available to online creators. AI handles about 90% of the work. You do the remaining 10% with a few clicks and final touches. Watch the video and get the details here. Talk soon, Brian. P.S. On February 26, 2024, is way more recent than I thought it was. On February 26, 2024, we're giving every online creator on the planet the power of AI at their fingertips. There's nothing like this on the market. If you're even mildly curious, watch this video for details. Okay, so what do we do? Let's go back. Number 1 is we soap opera sequence. There's no call to action, but it's a soap opera sequence. Tomorrow we're telling you about it, right? Tomorrow I'm telling you about it. Episode number 2, we're talking about here's all the forces. Watch it. P.S. Tomorrow, we're giving everything. So that's hardcore soap opera sequence. Though we are delivering some value up here. We're pre-lunch and we're talking about what's available, right? All right. Thursday, February 21st. Are these all one day apart at this point? Yeah, they're all one day apart. Thursday, February 21st. This new AI tech helped create a 4-figure course in 5 days. Hey, it's Brian. Did you see this new video I shared yesterday? It's blowing up. We sent it out to 24,207 people, and I know many people watched it. You can see it by clicking the image below. It's all about the massive new breakthrough in AI technology where it can do 90% of the work creating your online course for you. I know that even though AI has been taking the world by storm, few people realize how easy it can create. I know we write normally. I would write easily. It is what it is. You don't have to be perfect with grammar. I would say how easily, but few people realize how easy it can create online courses that are ready to sell. In just minutes, AI will whip up almost an entire course for you. You just add the finishing touches. Look, I don't want to overhype this, but it will revolutionize the entire course creation process. Don't worry, I explain everything here. Check it out and let me know what you think. See you there, Brian. P.S. I am sending over another free video tomorrow where I'm going to let Jordan P. Anderson share with you his #1 secret on how to make all this work for you. This is a guy that's been in your shoes, followed everything we teach to a T, and use it to make 6 figures selling his own online courses. Keep an eye on your inbox. Friday, February 22nd, how Jordan made it from 0 to 75K. So all a day apart. We soap opera sequence. P.S. Tomorrow, Jordan's going to tell you about a specific example, right? Hey, it's Brian. Imagine you could fast forward a year from now and be making over 6 figures from your online course business. So what do? We're immediately painting the picture. What I find funny is, I guess he says, hey, it's Brian at the beginning of everyone, but like these first lines are often way shorter. No, he often says, hey, it's Brian, and then does a long one. But anyways, I like to do something shorter, but I'm sure he's tested it. Also, this is day 5 in a sequence, day 4 in a sequence. So he might just be more comfortable going a little bit longer at this point. I don't know. I would still try and lean if I can towards something, but sometimes it's just impossible to get like a 3-word intro and you're like, whatever, I'm not doing it. So anyways, hey, it's Brian. Imagine if you could fast forward a year from now and be making over 6 figures from your online course business. Seems impossible, I know. That's exactly how Jordan felt too. He spent 18 months trying unsuccessfully to launch his first online course. Jordan was paralyzed by perfectionism. He thought every lighting effect, every technique, and camera angle had to be 100% polished before releasing anything. But then Jordan signed up for my course creation challenge, and I gave him one simple piece of advice that changed everything. Within months, Jordan was earning $6,000 per month from his course. Fast forward a year later, Jordan has made over $75,000 from just one of his online courses. And he's also got a few other courses he's been selling that have helped him to surpass the 6-figure mark. Why should you care about this? We just published another free video where Jordan reveals the one tiny tweak I shared with him that unlocked his breakthrough after 18 months of frustration. Click here to watch the video now. Brian. Good sell. P.S. This is video number 2 of a free 3-part series I'm hosting. If you missed the first one, catch up here. P.S. Jordan achieved this level of success after joining my course creation challenge, and you can too. Check out his story here, and then watch your inbox. Enrollment for our next 5-day course creation challenge opens Monday, February 26th. So we got a little soap opera thing into our pitch on Monday. This time things will be different though. I'll explain why in a few days. Saturday, which is the next day, proof anyone can do this. Hi David, it's Brian. We just published the second video in our upgraded 5-day AI course creation challenge and the massive $1 billion opportunity waiting for creators who learn how to use AI to create their products and content for them. Don't miss out on this. It can make the difference for you in 2024. Watch the video. What's still available. Talk soon, Brian. P.S. Miss the video, the first video you can watch now. Okay, so what do I think happened? I think we're going here. By the way, look at this first one. We've read nothing yet. There's a little bit longer of an email. It's still what I would call short, but it's 12 long lines, right? Then we get to day 6, day 5. We're going real short. We're going like 5 lines. Just watch the video, man. Doors open tomorrow. Hey, it's Brian. But after the emergence of AI, that's all changed. There's now new AI technology that almost no one knows about that can create an entire online course for you in just minutes. I saw it firsthand whip up professional video slides, workbooks, ebooks, everything you need for a full course with just a few sentences of instruction. And by the way, I think it's worth mentioning, this is super cool. He's like, oh, there's this other thing. He owns it. It's called Typeform. It's his AI that you like drop in a Google Doc or Word, whatever. And it turns the text directly into a long presentation that you can use for webinars. You can use it to make like an ebook download, like whatever. And so he's like, oh man, there's this new AI technology. It's his. That's crazy. He's pushing 2 products at once. There's the course creation challenge, and you're going to get inside, and there's probably going to be like a 7-day trial or 14-day trial to Typeform. Or did I say Typeform? Typeset. He owns Typeset. And what's crazy here is we're reading through and there's this new AI technology. No, it's Typeset. He owns it. It basically takes like a Word doc or a Google doc, all text. You drop it in and it automatically makes you a bunch of slides that you can use to do like a webinar presentation or, something for a screen share that you can use for, actually for your course, or it'll make a PDF for you for a downloadable ebook or whatever. It's very, very cool, very slick. And he's pitching both at the same time here. So we have the course creation challenge, which is the thing he's actually promoting, but he's talking about this weird AI tech, which is his. And you're going to buy the course creation challenge and probably get like a 7 or 14-day free trial to Typeset, which is his other second recurring product. It's a nice little move there to be like, you need all of this, but you're getting this other part free, right? Very, very slick. Great way to increase your 30-day lifetime value, by the way. That's your LTV, right? All right. Okay. I saw it firsthand whip up professional video slides, workbooks, ebooks, everything you need for a full course with just a few sentences of instruction. The best part, anyone can use this new technology to build income-generating courses faster. You don't need any technical expertise or previous experience. The AI handles virtually everything. Registration opens tomorrow morning at around 10 a.m. Eastern Time for this exclusive 5-day AI course creation challenge I'm hosting with my mentor, Paul. Paul is the one who showed me the lucrative model of selling online courses. Now he's like soap opera sequencing coaching, which is interesting because Paul is their coach. His simple yet effective strategies enabled me to go from 0 to 10K per month in less than 3 months. Now, I'm not saying you'll do the same overnight. That would be crazy since I don't know you personally or your work ethic. So now we're implying that it's all kind of based on you and how hard you're willing to work, which is, it's a cool thing. People do that all the time. If you're hip to this tactic, maybe you're a little annoyed by it, but it is what it is. It does work on the commoners. But what if within the next few months you're making an extra 1K, 5K, or even 10K a month? Imagine what that would feel like. Paul and I combine our proven course creation and selling strategies with this new AI technology that can create courses faster than ever before. We built this challenge to guide you step by step to launch your own profitable online course in less than 5 days. We will be going live every day to field any questions you have to ensure you implement this and get your course up quickly and easily. Long story short, when the challenge is done, you'll have everything you need to tap into this lucrative opportunity and start generating consistent passive income. Spots are limited, so when registration opens tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, don't hesitate. Let's start this journey together, Brian. P.S. If you missed the first 2 videos I sent you earlier this week detailing the challenge, then sorry, that's a weird comma. If you missed the first 2 videos I sent you earlier this week detailing the challenge, then you may want to catch up. Links here, video 1, video 2, video 3. Cool. But video 3 is, yet again, a soap opera sequence because the main event, it happens tomorrow and you can't click on it yet. Winky face. Darn you, winky face. Darn you. Monday, February 25th. All right, so now it's been every single day and now we're finally dropping access. So we had a whole week of warm up and providing value, and now it's time to get into it, right? And providing value, I bet you probably could have bought it before or gotten on a list or something, but now the emails are actually kind of doing some selling. Monday, February 25th, early access inside. David, it's live. This morning we opened the doors to get access to the new 5-day course creation challenge, the AI edition. The major economic and tech forces have converged into one, and creators who jump on this $156 billion opportunity today are getting in at just the right time. This can either wreck your creator business or help you create, launch, and sell any course you want in a fraction of the time that it usually takes. Doesn't matter if you have a product or course to sell yet or want to sell more of what you've got. Let the 5-day course creation, let the 5-day challenge and AI help you to let the 5-day challenge and AI help you create and sell your stuff in less than a week. How many ands were there? All right, just one. All right, fine. Or just 2. Good God. Am I still recording? Somehow. No AI experience needed. You don't have to be tech savvy at all. Just point and click. And you get the chance to do this live with my mentor, Paul, and I. Plus, you get lifetime access to all the recordings if you can't make it. Don't miss out. Don't get left behind. Get the 5-day challenge here. Talk soon, Brian. P.S. This is an entirely new way to create and sell a course in less than a week. During the challenge, you're going to learn a new business strategy that turns sales on its head and makes it easy. Then we use AI to actually build the product we are selling. Plus, by joining us live, you can ask as many questions as you want. Join the challenge here. All right, so we have lots of ways to buy. We're good to go. And now we're done with the soap opera sequence because now we just want them to buy. Everything in that is like buy, 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 buy. Tuesday, kind of similar. We're going to say buy, 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 buy. And high pressure tactics, right? Subject CCC 3.0 and the new Live with Me 5-day challenge. Big news for you. As you know, today we open up the registration. Is that just the second half of the day? I guess they wanted to sound new. Like today we did it. Big news for you. As you know, today we opened up registration for our new 5-day AI course creation challenge. Internally, we're calling it the Course Creation Challenge 3.0. CCC 3.0. Winky face. So what's different this time around? For the first time ever, I'll be coaching you live daily alongside my longtime mentor, Paul. I'm super excited about it. You've heard me talk about Paul and the pivotal role he played very early in my business journey. Without his guidance years ago, I likely wouldn't have made it to where I am today. Now, for 5 straight days, Paul and I will interact directly with you, answering your specific questions, providing tailored feedback, and helping you overcome obstacles in real time together. The value you're getting here is massive. I don't even offer one-on-one coaching anymore given my packed schedule running Sam card. But access to this level of personal attention would cost upwards of $1,000 an hour easily. Paul's calendar stays jam-packed at over $1,500 per hour, but he's cleared it up just for the small group. Join the challenge here. Look, hearing me and Paul teach concepts on video is one thing, but having us there live to answer your specific questions makes all the difference. Just ask Jordan. He struggled for 18 months trying to perfect his online course before making a penny, until I gave Jordan one simple piece of advice during a coaching call that changed everything. He went from $0 to over $75,000 in course sales within a year. Why not you next? Chat soon, Brian. P.S. This will likely be the first and only time Paul and I deliver live personal coaching in a challenge together. Don't miss this. That's a cool little bonus there, where it's like, it's not, hey, you'll never get the chance to buy CCC 3.0 again. It's like, this is a bonus that you'll never get. And it's a high value bonus. That's nice. That's one thing that Alex Hormozi talks about. We'll talk about offer creation in the very, very, very last day. But he talks about the importance of creating an offer, and that the bonuses actually do a lot of the heavy lifting. That it's like, oh man, that's crazy. That's where a lot of the value comes from. Okay. So very sweet. Don't miss out. Get the 5-day challenge here. Wednesday, February 28th, still day after day after day. Hey, don't let this happen again. Hey, it's Brian. Time for a little heart to heart, tough love. Call it what you will. You've wanted to launch a digital offer that gets you paid 24/7, 365 for quite some time now, but you've gotten stuck. Am I right? Maybe you're going to get after it during the lockdown, and 2020 turns into 2021, 2021 turns into 2022, and so on. Well, I've got some big news for you. As you know, this week we open up registration for our new 5-day AI course creation challenge, and for the first time ever, I'll be coaching you live daily alongside my longtime mentor, Paul. I'm super excited about it. When I was stuck trying to launch my first biz, Paul dragged me through the obstacles that had me stuck, and I've never looked back. You've heard me talk about Paul and the pivotal role he played very early in my business journey. Without his guidance years ago, I likely wouldn't be where I am today. Now, for 5 straight days, Paul and I will interact directly with you, answering your specific questions, providing tailored feedback, and helping you overcome obstacles in real time together. The value you're getting here is massive. Plus, you get recordings of the entire thing for life. Listen, I don't even offer one-on-one coaching anymore, given my packed schedule running Samcart. Access to this level of personal attention will cost upwards of $1,000 an hour easily. Paul's calendar stays jam-packed at over $1,500 per hour. That's a nice price expectation. It's the big ask if you're a Trump guy. Hey, normally this would be $2,500 an hour, but he's cleared it for just a small group. All you need to do, join the challenge here. People are saying it's the greatest. My Trump impression is not the best, but it is what it is. All right, all you need to do is join the challenge here. I know what it's like to be stuck, and I know you can get through it. I hope you're able to join us and finally get that offer launched. Coaching starts Monday, so grab your spot here. Chat soon, Brian. P.S. This will likely be the first and only time Paul and I deliver live personal coaching in the challenge together, so don't miss it. Don't miss out. Don't miss it. Get the 5-day challenge here. Thursday, February 29th, day after day. This just works. Body. I don't know if it actually sent like that or if that was, hey, it's Brian. I'm walking here. Hey, I feel like it probably, hey, it's Brian, and I missed it. Sorry, Brian. I didn't mean to make you. I mean, you are from Maryland, but I think that's a little bit more north of you, that accent. All right. Hey, it's Brian. Thanks to a proven system in breakthrough AI tech, there's a new way to create and start selling your course in just days, not weeks or months. This new way works no matter what you've tried before. This works no matter what experience or skill you have with creating and selling online. This works regardless if you have a large, small, or zero audience on social media. This works regardless if you have a small, medium, or large email list or no list at all. This works. So this whole email is just objection busting, right? This works whether you're creating a course from scratch or already have one ready to go. You don't need to know anything about AI either. Just follow the new 5-day course creation challenge, combine it with a suite of AI tools, and you'll have a course ready to sell in less than a week. Talk soon, Brian. Excuse me. P.S. This will likely be the first and only time Paul and I deliver live personal coaching in the challenge together, so don't miss it. Don't miss out. Get the 5-day challenge Friday, March 1st. Number 1. So we have 4 emails on the same day. This is clearly just like, oh my God, do the dang thing. Friday, March 1st, subject, last call, gone soon. Hey, it's Brian. So this is the closing cart email. This is the last day. We're down to the final few hours before enrollment for the 5-day course creation challenge 3.0. The AI edition closes for good. God, that's a long name. Good Lord. Now what would I do there? It's not the slickest thing, but like with a formatting thing, like 5-day course creation challenge, 5-day, like those are all different thing. I'd say before enrollment closes for good for the 5-day course creation challenge 3.0, the AI edition. That just feels like a graphic that I could go through a little bit easier. I know on a landing page they would do that, maybe not so much in an email, but that's such a long line. It's my only gripe with that. This is your last shot to get in and reserve your seat. Now, course creation challenge tasks that normally take weeks or months to finish are laid out one step at a time, so you can knock them out in days or hours. This is your last shot to get in, reserve your seat. Now, course creation tasks that normally take weeks or months to finish are laid out one step at a time, so you can knock them out in days or hours. Our AI tools do 90% of the creation work for you. The 90% is cool because it's like, 1, it's truthful, and 2, there's this whole thing with box cake mix. It's like a popular product development story where once upon a time the cake mix was just add water, and this is maybe even a breath of relief for AI, which is people did not like the cake mix because they felt like they weren't actually making anything. They'd rather make it from scratch. So they reversed off of it. So now you add water, eggs, milk, oil, or whatever it is, and suddenly people feel like they're making it themselves. So we're not even powderizing our liquids anymore. We're just like, all right, add it in, right? Typically you are adding all 3 of those. So a typical recipe might be add water and eggs to your brownie mix or your cake mix or whatever. And suddenly it's like, whoa, that's crazy. All of a sudden people are buying it. So you need to make people do a little bit of investment. So that's kind of a cool, subtle line that you may not pay attention to. But if you said like it does almost all the work for you versus 90% or even 80% or 85%, like backing off that a little bit is smart. Like 99%, 90 is probably more persuasive than 99% is all I'm saying. All right. You'll have your own product up and selling in no time thanks to this automated power, but enrollment shuts down in just a little bit. Miss it, and you'll have to wait months before we reopen registration. You're getting the full challenge, all our newest AI tools, plus a ton of free bonuses, live coaching with me and my mentor, Paul, all for an incredible discount off the regular price, including. So now we're just value stacking and going straight for the jugular, right? The full 5-day course creation challenge 3.0, tools for creating your course valued at this, the traffic tactics masterclass $500, 1 year's access to Creator U $144, Facebook ads 101 $299, 5 live Q&A calls to answer every question that comes up during your challenge. During your challenge, valued at $499. The official Samcart Studio setup, valued at $595. Lifetime membership to the official 5-day course creation challenge TM Facebook group at $649. The 6-figure course breakdowns at $995. The lifetime access to our 5-day course creation challenge, valued at $495. This is truly your last chance before it's gone. Click here to grab your discount. Can't wait to see you inside, Brian. P.S. This will likely be the first and only time Paul and I deliver live personal coaching in a challenge together. So don't miss this. Don't miss out. Get the 5-day challenge here. The second one, please read this. Hey, it's Brian. My inbox is blowing up with questions about CCC 3.0. And since we're getting down to the wire, there's no way I'll be able to respond to them all. So I wanted to take a second to answer the top ones that kept popping up so you have all the info you need before we kick this off. Do I have to attend the live coaching calls every day? No, you don't have to attend live. All training sessions will be recorded. However, I highly recommend joining as many live calls with Paul and I as you can because the value is off the charts. Trust me, you'll want to tap into both our brains, get access now. So a little value building there with that. Objection busting. I've done the course creation challenge before. Is this the same thing? No. This is not the same old challenge. This time, for the first time ever, my mentor, Paul Reddick, will be joining me live to walk you through the entire formula. You'll have access to both of us side by side for 5 days, plus a few extra opportunities you'll see on the schedule below. That's double the expertise, double the insights, and double the help you need to build a profitable course in record time. Paul literally taught me the strategies that now generate over $50 million per year in my business. You simply can't put a price on access to his decades of market-tested wisdom. Register now. Q, will you be doing this again? Can I wait? It sounds like a question, but it's just saying like, no, get on board, buy now. Will you be doing this when? Can I wait? No, this is a huge favor I pulled in with Paul to even do this. Trust me when I say you want to be a part of this event, grab your spot. What is the schedule for the live training? Here's a screenshot of the calls and times. All calls will be recorded in case you aren't able to attend, and you'll be able to ask questions after the call in the group. Don't worry if you can't make all of them, but you'll definitely need to watch all of them. Here's the calendar, day 1 to day 5. Okay. I hope this clears up any confusion. If still interested, click to enroll in the 5-day course creation in the 5-day challenge before it's too late. Looking forward to changing your life this weekend. Talk soon, Brian. P.S. Enrollment ends tonight. Paul and I are gearing up for our first live call of the challenge tomorrow. Miss this and risk regretting it forever. Grab your spot now. Friday, March 1st. Proof this works. Hey, it's Brian. Quick short email here. If you're wondering if the course creation challenge works, here are literally thousands of video and text testimonials from past students who went through the program and launched their own courses. Okay, lots of feedback. Just click to load more and blah, blah, blah. Then grab your spot for the live challenge. Here, registration closes at midnight. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow, Brian. Plus, P.S. Enrollment ends tonight. Paul and I are gearing up for our first live call of the challenge tomorrow. Miss this and risk regretting it forever. Grab your spot. Heavy push. But this is our closing day. We send it at 4 different times so that, and I'm not saying and I'm not saying it has to be 4 exactly. What I mean is, as a good marketer on your last day, you should send a bunch of these. And the goal is to reach people at different times a day. You know, maybe so far they haven't been able to buy because they've been distracted or whatever. It's like, I don't care if this is morning, lunch, evening, or right before bed. You got to do this thing, right? So that's probably the times roughly that they're sending them. Friday, March 1st, number 4, final notice. Hey, it's Brian. This is your final reminder to join me and my mentor, Paul, in the new live Course Creation Challenge AI Edition. Register here. Registration closes in just a few hours. If you join us, you'll get all these things. Plus, it's incredibly affordable. Go get instant access now and join Paul and I for the live coaching that starts tomorrow. Last chance, join the Course Creation Challenge now. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Brian, P.S. If you're on the fence, here are some results from thousands of past student stuff. Then grab your spot for the live challenge here. Last chance, registration closes at midnight. Wednesday, March 6th. I never thought this would happen after our challenge, but I'm still stunned. When Paul and I decided to host our first ever live 5-day AI course creation challenge a few days ago, I knew it would be powerful, but I never imagined the overwhelming wave of success stories that would come pouring in so quickly. 925 determined entrepreneurs have been joining us on a transformative journey to build their digital empires in less than a week. From stay-at-home moms to 9-to-5 corporate refugees, some students have already shocked themselves by making their first online sale within days, all because they finally accessed the guidance and tools we unveiled inside. But here's what really blew my mind. The overwhelming majority of challenge students are banging down our door, desperate to know, how can I keep working directly with you and Paul? You see, the challenge is just a taste of the immersive coaching experience Paul and I provide to our private clients, where we don't just hand you a blueprint, but literally make you follow it until the sales start flowing. Where we rip open your business, identify every gap holding you back, then hand you plug-and-play solutions on a silver platter. It's the equivalent of Paul and I grabbing your hand and yanking you down the proven path to profits at light speed, which is why challenge students are blowing up our inbox, begging to know if they can keep this personal access to us. They're terrified of backsliding into struggle or losing momentum without a steady, high-level guidance. And as proud as I am of their lightning fast results, I totally get it, because that used to be me. I still remember being prisoner to a soul-sucking desk job and feeling trapped in my parents' damp, dark basement, desperately trying to make a measly $1K a month online so I could quit and reclaim my freedom. But it wasn't until Paul took me under his wing and forced me down his proven path that everything changed. Within months, I leaped from near zero to making $80,000 per month. Life was never the same. So yes, there is a way to keep working with me and Paul at a higher level. It's called the Creator You Accelerator Coaching Program. This is our most immersive, high-touch coaching experience designed to aggressively rip ambitious entrepreneurs out of obscurity and into thriving digital CEOs. where we take you by the hand and make success inevitable by mapping your dream product based on your unique talents, crafting every sales message to convert like crazy, optimizing your funnel to print cash on autopilot, and so much more. But warning, due to the overwhelming demand since the challenge started, I must be blunt, Paul and I are forced to heavily restrict the number of new accelerator clients we let in because truly personalized attention doesn't scale. And with applications already flooding in post-challenge, we expect the extremely limited spots to fill within days. So if you're serious about escaping the grind and claiming your freedom in the new digital economy, apply right here to enroll in our coaching program. Get your application fast. We just might be able to help you experience the radical life and wealth upgrade Paul gifted me with all those years ago. Are you ready? Are you next? Let's find out, Brian. Whew, that's the end of it. Wow. So it just kept going. Then we had that super hard close on Friday. Then we gave it some breathing room. We took it for 5 days and we're like, hey, this is coaching. And, realistically, like I didn't buy this. Realistically, if I ignored all that for $50 or whatever they're selling the course creation challenge for, am I about to buy a $3,000 coaching program? Probably not. But maybe I had hardcore FOMO and I'm like, I wish I would have done it. It's not a bad downsell. And for people who are in the course creation challenge, they probably got another version of this, right? They probably got like, if you've been enjoying this, if you haven't been, it's still available. You just have to do it this way. So very cool. Very nice. Absolutely huge. Like you'll use that all the time for launches if you have a good list, and you should get a list because growing your list, that's where the money is. All right, the education sequence. What if you're saying to yourself, I don't need to indoctrinate my subscribers. I don't need a big flashy income. I just want to deliver value immediately. This is the Keith Krantz one we read the other day, the 26 ways to improve Facebook or YouTube ads are just like value. And at the end of it, yeah, he has some pitches at the end, right? That's a good way to do it. You can use that to deliver value immediately when they first subscribe. You can do it to re-engage your list. Maybe you did just run a huge $1 million sales launch sequence, and then people are like, you know what? I'm getting tired of getting sold to. You're like, hey, I gotta warm them back up. I gotta make sure that they realize, like, even if you're just following me for free, I hope that you'll work with me again sometime down the line. But for those of you who are just looking for a little morsel that gets you going, I've got you, man. I am going to deliver that over and over and over again. So that's a good opportunity to do an education sequence. Its only job is to teach your subscribers something new and something valuable, right? No hard sells, no complicated storytelling. It's just like, here you go, here's value, you're good to go. And if you want to see it done masterfully, you can go back to yesterday. If for some reason you didn't, and you got to see one email from Keith Krantz and Dominate Web Media, you could just go watch it yesterday again. I'm not going to read through it again, but you could do that, go through it, and then imagine if you did that for a week or 2 weeks. Very powerful. You should do it. All right. Now, what I call the beer bong sequence, right? It's half education, half sales. I really like this. Feels like a little bit of both. And you can educate people and slam value down your audience's throat super fast at high speed, but it's not going to feel as spammy, right? It's in a way that demands engagement. It delivers results fast, and it gets people hooked on your emails. It's an escalation sequence, right? It's kind of half learning, half sales. And yeah, I get that the title is a bit crass, but it's evocative, right? You're like, man, I could sip this beer, but it's like, oh man, it's coming at me really fast. What do I do? And for the record, I've never once bonged a beer. It's not my thing. I'm more of a sip of whiskey kind of a guy. I did learn how to open a beer. I was in the Bahamas on a cruise, and this guy was just like chucking beers from the boat at us. We're sitting, feet in the water, ass in the sand. Beer lands to us, we pick it up, and he's like, shotgun it, see who can do it faster. It's me and my wife. And I was like, you got to throw me some keys or something, man. And he's like, you don't need keys, use your teeth. They're like, what? You're like, yeah, you can totally just like bite it with your incisor, pop that sucker. And I was like, okay, so it's a new skill I have. So, never bonged a beer, but I have shotgunned one with my teeth. So anyways, the beer bong sequence. Here's the strategy. Deliver a ton of value in just a couple of days. That's the whole thing, right? This could be like a free challenge, like 5 days. I'm gonna teach you everything you need to know, or it's a multi-day workshop. Keith Krantz's, for example. What does he call it? The flight sequence. It's literally a 3-day workshop where he's like, here's everything that your ads need to do. Basically, each one's it's super, super value heavy, but it's still kind of a webinar where it's like value, Then we throw the hook, right? And it's like, oh, by the way, tomorrow we're going to learn this. That's the soap opera. And by the way, if you want me to take a personal look at what you're doing, I've got some call times available, right? He's not actually selling his coaching. The call time is to like look at your stuff and, call on, do an initial consultation and be like, yeah, if you want some actual help, I'll help you out, right? And then that's his coaching program, right? So that's cool. You could do that. You could do a video series and say like over the next 5 days, I'm going to be talking about this, or it could be a live stream event. And you're like, I'm going to do like a 12-hour mega thing. And just anyone who sends me their landing page, is just hypothetically like something I could do. I'm probably not going to do it because I've a wife and kids and I don't want to be on a live call for 12 hours, but I could do that. Like anyone who sends it in, I will review your landing page. I'll mark it up and we'll be good to go. And at the end of it, I could be like, hey, by the way, if you want that kind of attention and not 5 minutes, and it's not one revision, but if you want multiple revisions, if you want me looking at your entire funnel, I'll do that. Just apply for my coaching program. That's how you could do it, right? What's the goal? It's to get people to take action quickly, but at no point are you like, I'm selling. It's like, hey, I'm just providing value, and you're going to burn people out a lot less hard than that $1 million launch sequence did. But the $1 million launch sequence is probably going to make like 2 or 3 times the money, just being honest. It pushes so hard, but you're also going to probably bleed subscribers. You're going to get people not opening your stuff. What does that mean? Well, your email service provider sees that people are not opening your stuff. They might start downgrading you. You see too many unsubscribes, they might start downgrading you. Now, instead of showing up in the inbox, you're showing up in updates. Instead of updates, you're showing up in promotions. And promotions is where good marketers go to die. And it's very hard to fight your way out. So if that's you, maybe consider the beer bong sequence instead of the $1 million sales launch sequence. But if you're hurting for cash, $1 million sales sequence, right? Okay, so what's the goal? To get people taking action immediately. And my favorite ninja move is at the end of 5 days, you don't just stop. Then you do a pass-op email, right? Your problem, agitate, solve. Hey, I gave you everything here. We just finished flight camp, but if you want more of this, because now you're out on your own, you've launched these new ads that we put together. For the everlasting ad, that was the name of his flight camp. Like that's the deliverable. If you go out there and now you don't know how to interpret it, you don't know how to make better ads than the one you just put together, great. That's the answer, but I'll help you more. Just give me a call and I'll do the consultation. That's a powerful pass-op sequence, right? It's not in a single email. It's like the whole thing. It's like problem, agitate, solve. And then, oh, actually, there's another problem. I got you over here. So that's cool. So as far as an example of this, like there's probably not the great example. I mean, Keith Krantz has a version that's kind of close to this, right? It's basically a pass-op sequence. And it's very valuable, but for days 1, 2, 3, he's not nurturing in email. He's like, hey, watch the course, you'll get this. He's not providing a ton of value there. You actually have to go into the coursework. So it's kind of close. It's kind of similar, but it's not quite the same. As far as I know, I kind of like, I made this exact version of it, the beer bong sequence. So I can't show you a version of it, but we'll write one together later. And with that, the world famous soap opera sequence, not mine. This one is Andrew Chaperone's, as far as I know. You ever watch a soap opera, it's like, shock, oh man, so-and-so, my long-lost brother-in-law is still alive, and we'll find out next week what he's going to do. That's the soap opera sequence, right? And it brings you back, coming back next week. You have to watch the next episode. It's designed to deliver value, stir emotions, and sell in the next email. That's what the soap opera sequence is about. Before you ever sell a product, you saw Brian doing that in his $1 million sequence earlier. So you see that sometimes they can be pushed together to work collaboratively. Because sometimes a single email isn't enough, right? Sometimes you need to have proximity, you need to have duration, you need to have intensity, and a long soap opera sequence is a good way to do that. And it applies to every sequence we talked about today. You could do it in your indoctrination sequence, the $1 million launch sequence, the beer bong sequence, the education sequence. You can get people to engage over and over and over again, because here's the thing, boring emails get ignored, you don't get opened, and eventually you find your way into the promotion inbox and you go there to die. If you want emails that feel like an unfolding drama, make sure that you're mentioning 1 to 3 times per email is the way that a soap opera sequence works. A lot of times you do it one time in the PS. That's how Brian was doing it. But if you go into Andre Chaperone's example, it's pretty slick. that's like even mid email, you're like, oh, and I'll tell you more about that tomorrow. And then in the PS, there's also I'll tell you more about that tomorrow. So he really leans on that, which is really powerful. It's a deep storytelling, and people are very, very, very likely to tune in for the next one and the next one and the next one. Like I said, that's Autoresponder Madness from Andre Chaperone. Way back in September 2009, apparently. I think you can find this PDF out there. I have a copy of it. I can't just provide it to you. It's not mine to do. Go look it up. I think he has a course out there. I've already talked about this once before, but fantastic. You can probably find some version of it for free or cheap. I think he probably has like a full video course, maybe, that's probably not quite as cheap as a PDF, but very valuable nevertheless. Go check it out. I think he has Digital Worlds. If you go up to it, I have a note down here. I haven't enrolled in it, so I can't vouch for it. But if you do track down a copy of Autoresponder Madness, or if you sign up for Tiny Digital Worlds, which is his course program, hit me up and tell me what you think. I love to see what's out there still. Cool. So another one, DR specific email. I talked about this earlier, but Ryan Deiss has some good stuff on making sequences like this, particularly indoctrination sequences. He has some good stuff on like re-engagement sequences, so people haven't opened in a while. How do you get them to come back? So that's super cool. I think to some degree you can kind of figure that out on your own. So again, top 10, I would definitely add this one in. And finally, we have the non-DR email strategy. If you're getting every single thing in this course, every book I recommend, I do recommend this one. It's good for all the stuff I talked about, like how to get out of the promotions folder, for example. How to segment people out so that your things are more impactful. By the way, Ryan Deiss does that too. He's big on segmentation, but they'll go over that here in a less DR way. It's very impactful, but I don't recommend being quite as passive as they often are. I don't really recommend the double opt-in thing, so whatever. All right, so now you have this whole indoctrination sequence, this whole $1 million sales program, the beer bong sequence, the education sequence. What are you actually going to write? Well, here are the 12 different types of emails I recommend. All right. So our brand story, you'd be like, hey, here's who we are. That's kind of what Alex Catoni did the other day. I was thinking, I had this experience the other day, and then you kind of lead that hook story offer into whatever you're pitching, or maybe how that relates to, maybe it's not an offer, maybe it's a YouTube video you want them to watch, right? And you say, it actually reminds me of this principle of marketing, or this principle of backpacking. And if you want to learn more about that, check out my video today. Easy peasy. You can solve a problem. Backpack too heavy? Not getting enough sales? Great, I'll go into it. The problems we face, just be like, hey, the biggest problem ever, like this was killing my conversions, ... That's a good one. Product comparison. So you say this is Samcart versus Thrivecart, or Samcart versus Kajabi, or this is JanSport versus Osprey. This is Osprey versus Vertex. This is Osprey versus REI's like home brand backpack, right? You can do whatever you want there. The listicle, 5 reasons why your things aren't converting. 5 reasons, 5 ways to get better open rates, 5 ways to get more sales, 5 ways to cheaply lower the weight in your backpack, 5 ways to not get beat up by people at school. I don't know, whatever it might be. It's a pretty easy way to do a listicle, right? Testimonials. People are saying some great stuff. I can't believe that it's so impactful. How Jordan made 6 figures in just 6 weeks, or whatever it might be. That's a good testimonial video, email. Product demonstrations. You can say, how will it hold up? What are my thoughts on the X product? That's pretty cool. The BDQ email. That's the buyer decision question. So you say, what does this person ultimately need to know? I'm just going to cover all of it here. Or maybe I just cover one at a time throughout a sequence, right? You could do that. So a buyer decision question might be like, how comfortable is it? What does it weigh? These backpacks, how comfortable is it? How much does it weigh? How many pouches does it hold? Will it fit certain equipment that I have that I need? How fast can I get in and out of certain compartments? How waterproof is it? How durable is it? All sorts of things like that. If it's a coaching program, you say, 1, can I get my money back? 2, what will I learn? What will my access be like? Will you really actually answer my questions? How will you answer my questions? Am I able to screen share so that you can actually see what's going on? Will you help me through a specific problem? Specifically like setting up my Facebook pixel, because people get tripped up by that all the time. Will you help me do that? Yeah, we will. And I'll show you how to do it, right? That's the buyer decision, the BDQ thing. On the flip side of that, there's objection busting, which is kind of the same thing, but it's the inverse. Not what will I get, but what if I have a problem with this, right? It's the same thing, but just from a different angle. You can also use an FAQ section in like a landing page to do this. So you could do the same thing in your email. Just like, here's questions people are asking me, like Brian said. He used that for a BDQ/objection busting thing. Customer service. You could just be like, hey, did you get your product yet? How did you like your product? Pretty simple stuff. And you can even use a PS there to sell a cross sell or something, or provide a tutorial for it. So it's kind of half education as well. So you can do that. Do you have any questions about it? Let us know. Join us for a live call. You could do that. Show a benefit. That's sort of like a product demonstration, sort of like a BDQ, but slightly different thing. To be like, why my life was like this, how I got 3 hours a day back in time, like that could be more of not the benefit of a product, or not the feature of a product, but the benefit, like the emotional difference that I experienced in my life. And finally, a back in stock email. I didn't have this before. Or, hey, the course creation challenge is back again. We have openings again. You could do any of that. All right. So now that you know the strategy behind email sequences, let's talk about how to actually build one inside of a content manager. This isn't like a full-blown marketing automation training. We're just covering the basics so that you can get your first sequence up and running. In this tutorial, we're going to walk through triggers, wait times, logic splits, and that'll be it. By the end of it, you'll know how to set up your own email sequence, and you're not just writing emails, you're actually delivering them to the right people at the right time. So let's go ahead and dive in. All right, so here I am inside of an unnamed workflow. And the first thing I want to talk about is triggers. So what starts the sequence? If someone subscribes, we can come up here. This is HubSpot, by the way. There are all sorts of things like this, so I'm not going to get platform specific at all. I'm going super high level here. I'm just explaining to you how you can do it, right? So I've selected my trigger. I can go over here and say, should I do this when list membership is changed? Like they join, maybe they bought, so now they're not just a general subscriber, now they're a buyer, right? I could say when a record is created. So basically the second that they subscribe for the first time, they weren't in here before, now they trigger it. Now this is an indoctrination sequence. Record meets a set of filter conditions. So you can get really custom with these sorts of things. When let's say you have call events or, email events after, they opened one last time, or maybe they attended a call, I could trigger one automatically. There's lots of different things you could do here. Websites and media after they interact with an ad. That's so cool, right? Like this gets really in depth. I don't know that some place like MailChimp might have something like that. That's a little bit basic. HubSpot is generally considered to be one of the more advanced CRMs out there. When people, play media, when they interact with a form on your website, when they do a specific thing on your website, maybe they visit a specific page or whatever, and you're actually able to track that through a cookie, then you can do that. Lots of stuff you can do. So let's just theoretically say when a record is created, right? So this is going to be a contact. They're a new contact. Has completed a record created. So maybe we come in here, we say list membership, right? So they've joined a specific list, and you just have like a general subscriber list that forms, right? There's 0 tags. So when you fill out a form, by the way, you can add a tag to someone who filled out that specific form. So you come in here and say like new subscriber, right? I don't have that list, but you could have that list form, right? So new email subscribers monthly. Great. I click on that. Ta-da. Now it's kicked off a new thing, right? So that's how we do a trigger, and we could have multiple triggers in a sequence. Now we're going to add in some communications. We're going to send an email, easy peasy. I want to send an email, and I'm going to go in here and just say like, I have like an unnamed one. So I'm just going to, because I don't have an email here, I'm just going to make like a test email. I'm going to say test, right? So now I have a test email that I've put in here. So once they join the new email subscribers monthly, then they're going to receive my test email, right? Now they're going to receive my test email. There we go. Now we've done a thing, but let's say maybe I don't want to do it right away. So I could do a delay, right? I could say wait until a calendar date, wait until the date property. I want to do a time thing, set amount of time. I just want to wait 1 day. I'm going to wait a day. For some reason, I don't want to contact my subscriber for a day, which is absurd. I would do it pretty much right away. Maybe I wait like 5 or 10 minutes or something. Especially that could be a best practice because maybe they actually buy something, right? So I'm like, oh, I actually don't want to move on yet. If I email you immediately and then you actually went and bought something, then you get this email that's like, can you buy it? Well, that's annoying. So, you don't have to do that. So some delay is appropriate, but you don't have to do that. All right, finally, some logic split. So I could come in here, I could say you all get an email, but now I want to branch, right? I just want to go across based on another property thing, I could randomly split test some stuff with a random distribution, or I could say, I'm going to look at a property, based on their locations or a different thing that I put in a field. Maybe I ask them a question and I say, based on your answer A or B, you're going to have to do this. You're able to go in there and split things out. So let's say, people who answer that, all right, so if they say yes or no, right, that's gonna be my branch now. I asked them a question, they said yes or no, and then maybe for some reason I didn't track it properly. What do I do with the people who don't get that? Well, I'm gonna send them an email, or I'm gonna ask them to schedule a call with me in Zoom or whatever. So there's a lot of different ways you could do this. You can send them to a Survey Monkey and use that to actually create a split in your logic, whatever it might be. That's how you create a marketing automation flow. That's not the purpose of this whole automation. I just want to get you thinking as you're creating a sequence, like, it doesn't have to be a straight line. I could split it out here, right? There's no reason why I have to make it a single experience or whatever. I can break it out and ask people questions, or I don't have to just send emails. I can ask them to, do a call or watch a video or whatever it might be. So, and maybe they do something here that's like, now they're a YouTube subscriber and now I have to put them on a new list and remove them from this list. So you could say, like, for people who said yes, like, are you a YouTube subscriber? I could end it. And if they say no, I could just hound them relentlessly with please subscribe to YouTube, or watch this YouTube video, watch this YouTube video, watch this YouTube video, and have a PS at the end, like, do you want to subscribe? Sure. All right. So lots of different ways you could do it, but now you know how. If you ever want to do this, I'm probably literally never going to make a full tutorial on this sort of thing, but there are people out there who have. Go watch them. They do awesome stuff. Don't listen to me for any of this because it's not my speciality. Here's one more thing you need to know when you're writing emails, right? Emails don't sell the product, they sell the click. I don't know if you noticed that with Brian's thing, as it wasn't, here's why all the reasons why Course Creation Challenge is good. A lot of it was like, hey, come check out this training. Hey, come see what Course Creation Challenge is all about. Click through, let the webinar or let the landing page do the selling. Your job is to get the click. Go up, 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 up. And at the moment of highest tension, be like, on the other side, you're going to get this thing. Let that do the selling for you, right? If you try and sell the whole product inside of the email, you're going to cram every last detail, every feature, every selling point into it. People are never going to make it to the next page. It's going to be just incredibly difficult. No one's ever going to click. And then you're not going to get any information on what works and what motivates people. Plus, you're going to get no money, which is a real bummer. So don't put everything in the email. Plus, there's like nothing, it'd be like talking about all the cool things about you in the very first date. Not only have you annoyed them, but why do they have a reason to come to the second date? You didn't leave them wanting more. You hit them with too much. So why would they click through to watch the next thing? You gave them everything here, right? So that's why for so much of this, we're talking about getting attention and motivating action, because your job is not to sell yet. We'll talk about that on the sales page, which we're going to talk about tomorrow. But for now, we're just doing those first two parts of getting attention and motivating action. If you can master that, you're going to write emails that actually drive results. So it's practice time, baby. Let's do it. You see me use it a couple of times. So far, most of your assignments have been like, oh, do it with this thing, do it with that thing. I highly encourage you, especially if you're one of my free Universal College students, do the homework, but do the homework for a company. Like, go out there, find a real life small business or large business if you're good enough, and say, hey, I'm doing this course. I want to practice. I have all these homework assignments. Let me do it for you. During this time, I'm going to write indoctrination sequences, sales sequences. I'm going to write sales pages, and I'm just going to give them to you for free as long as you let me use you as a real example. I might have to ask you some questions. And heck, at the end of these 10 weeks, if you think I can't do without this and you want to hire me, great. So you get some real world experience. And the only thing you have to do, by the way, the only agreement is that I get to ask you questions and I get to use you as a case study, which is going to be great. So one way or another, you either walk away with a new client or a case study that you can use. So that's pretty sweet. If not, if you're like, I don't want to do that for whatever reason, or you're like me and you tend to work with certain companies and you're like, I just need to force myself to get out of my box and try something new, think creatively, because AI is draining all of our abilities to think creatively. If that sounds like you, then you can go to the DMSDR handbook and roll for stuff, and then there'll be details about all the different companies down there. So, okay, for today, for me, I'm going to be doing it one way. I have here for children's toys. Okay, so I'm going to give you two different versions of the same thing for children's toys. Let's say you want some more practice after this, because that's huge. Go ahead and use the DMSDR handbook to switch things up. That's what I'm going to do today. But for you, your initial assignment is to do it for children's toys. And we'll talk about that later. You have an indoctrination sequence where you promise people a 10% discount on their next order. You got to write that. And then you have a prompt for a launch sequence. Your toy store is dropping a $300 bundle for Black Friday / Cyber Monday of $500 worth of non-toxic safe wood and silicone climbing gym that helps kids develop mentally and physically. So you can write that separate, two different things, two different applications. You see how much different the pressure is going to be. The content's going to be different for the same company. And if you want more experience afterwards, use the DMCR handbook to switch up industries. All right, but I am going to do an indoctrination sequence and a sales sequence for a different company. 88 is my number. We're going high, a number I haven't done yet, so that's good. 88, the Rain Saver Systems, DIY rain collectors. Okay, interesting. Okay, so we are selling the Rain Saver system. And we are going to write an indoctrination sequence and do a sales promo, right? $1 million sales promo. Nah, I promise you a beer bong sequence. Beer bong sequence / edu sales promo. Okay, there you go. So I'm going to aim for 3 to 5 emails here, and I'm going to aim for 5 to 7 emails here. Okay. And I'm going to keep them short. There's probably times where I'll be tempted to go a little bit longer, and maybe I'll do that. But because total, I'm talking about writing up to 12 emails today. Oh God, why do I do this to myself? I love you guys. You gotta be patient with me. There's so much writing. Lorem ipsum. Did I go up? I went to 12 bold. Okay. All right. So, all right. Indoctrination email. So something, if you're rolling this, because I didn't provide it to you, and this is why I gave you the children's thing, and you haven't gotten to the offer creation thing yet, is you haven't yet thought, hey, how do I actually offer something? So what did they come here for? I think email number 1, they got some sort of like Home Depot buyer's guide. Okay, so this is how you can do everything from just Home Depot. Email number 2. Email number 3, and I don't know if we'll go past that. So the buyer's guide, what is the buyer's guide going to have? So this is going to be like PVC, sizes, lengths, tools, PVC sizes, lengths, tools, done. Okay, I don't know what email it is. So I'm gonna provide all this, and then I'm gonna have an email like, did you do it? And we're like, yes, no, because I could split that out, and yes, tell me how it went, send pictures, or maybe I'm doing it through a live hangout. That could be 2 emails. And then if they say no, I'm like, okay, I get it. It's a lot. I'm going to tell you about a custom thing. Now, I'm going to make a second question in my thing that's like a yes, but it's not working perfectly yet, right? Yes, but I'm not making the best use / efficient use of my stored water, right? So we're going into like big rain barrels, right? Rain barrel sizes, etc. Okay, so that's what we're gonna cover. What's our bonus thing / CTA? It could be like a watch a video. It could be, so I want it to be indoctrination-y. Okay, email number 2 is gonna be what you can do with the water. 28 ways, 28 cool ways you can use your water. I'll fix that later. With a bonus / CTA, that's kind of my soap opera-y thing. My bonus CTA for 28 cool ways you can do with the water is watch video for how to set everything up. This is a VSL / webinar of high education, but features some of my custom parts from Beer Bong Sequence. But you can do it with more labor and Home Depot parts. Okay. Indoctrination hook. I don't know, because I don't know what I'm talking about in email number 3. So now I've talked about how to build it. I've talked about cool things you can do with the water, and I can talk about results. Yeah, it's going to be results from, no, that's feeling a little salesy. Indoctrination. 28 cool things you can do with the water. Article about city water waste. Email number 4, which is going to need a bonus and a CTA. So I'm going to reformat this in a second because I know this is getting a little difficult to follow. Email number 4 is going to be an article about lack of water in emergency situations. Cool. All right. And there's going to be a bonus indoctrination for that. Email number 5. Did you do it yet? Okay. So Beer Bong Sequence, number 1. Can I just do that? Yep. Boom. Boom. Go ahead and format this bad boy, huh? let's bank on there being 5, and then I'll deal with the rest of it later. Okay. So now let's talk about what my bonus / CTA is going to be. Okay. Watch video here. Download the PDF. I wish I could make like a integration with the Home Depot app that would just like add it all to your cart, because that would be sick, but I don't think you can do that. Indoctrination, if not Home Depot, you should get on that. People should be able to make a list for builds and then go into your app and just be like, oh, you can totally download this, hit click, and it'll add everything to your cart, and you can just schedule it for pickup. Can you imagine how sweet that would be? Oh, that would be so cool. Home Depot, have you done it? Home Depot, have you done it? I doubt it. I doubt it. Anyways, I can't figure that out. Indoctrination. The next one. Because this isn't a hook. Yeah, so I have to give them a good reason to show up again. Stay tuned if you want to get fancy. I'm going to send you something cool, some more advanced stuff you can build tomorrow. Okay, here's some other stuff you can do. It's going to show you all this stuff. Indoctrination Sequence. So the next couple of days are just going to kind of be my thoughts on water waste, and why you need any of this at all, to kind of get you into it. Indoctrination. Quickly mention reasons for wanting to preserve water. I'll share some crazy stories with you later this week. Bonus CTA. So if I'm talking about city water waste, I'm going to talk about, first of all, problem with water waste, not having water for grass or lawns, farms having issues growing crops, Arizona gunboats versus California on Border River. These are some crazy problems over water in the Southwest. I'm from Arizona, by the way, though I live in Texas now, and that was a real thing that happened. Let me fact check that real quick, because I just remember that story. Real story? Question mark. AZ Navy defends river water source from California. Mythic status over the years, yeah. In November 1934, Arizona's governor, Benjamin Baker Moore, declared martial law on the Arizona bank of the Colorado River to halt construction of the Parker Dam, a project by California that Arizona felt threatened its water rights. To back up the declaration, he dispatched 100 National Guard troops to the site, some bordering to two commandeered ferry boats to patrol the river. These vessels, privately owned by steamboat operator Nellie T. Bush, became the nucleus of the so-called Arizona Navy. That's funny. Moore even jokingly titled Bush Admiral, and those boats, the Nellie and T. Bush, briefly symbolized Arizona's resistance. In reality, this Navy was purely ceremonial and symbolic. Construction was delayed, but no shots were fired. At one point, the boats got snagged in dam cables and had to be rescued by workers from the California side, adding to the embarrassment even. I thought we had gunboats. Oh no. Here I am. I've been shamed. As they pressured Washington to review the project. Ultimately, the dispute did not escalate physically. Well, yeah, I didn't think it did. I didn't think we got in a war with California. It made it to the U.S. Supreme Court in a landmark set of cases known as Arizona versus California, decided in 1963 to 64. The court affirmed allocations under the Colorado River Compact and related laws. California got up to 4.4 million acre feet a year, Arizona 2.8, and Nevada 0.3. Screw you, Nevada. With surplus water split evenly between California and Arizona. This drew the line under the long-running water battle and facilitated later projects like the Central Arizona Project to bring river water to Central Arizona. Okay, cool. Now I know about the story, huh? So it's not gunboats, Arizona Navy versus California Border River. All right. Cool. An article about the lock of water in emergency situations. California wildfires, hurricane issues, tornadoes, Flint, Michigan. Give me a list of historical examples where, due to natural disasters and government moves, water supplies were compromised. Hurricane Katrina, though I'm sure it happens like all the time. Okay, great. Good enough for me. Okay, how did I do this beer bong sequence? Good Lord, guys, I have so much writing to do. Okay. Your Home Depot buyer's guide. So one thing I want to do, because I just gave them something free, the likelihood is they're never going to come back. So I have to think very seriously about about what they want to do. Your buyer's guide, because I have this bit at the end that's like, stay tuned if you want to get fancy. I want to mention up early, like there are a lot of reasons you may want to catch water. Some are easier than others, but a basic setup doesn't have to be super hard or super expensive. If you tomorrow I'll send you some cool stuff you can do with a more advanced setup, like automatically water a garden, automatically cool your home and patio, automatically run your sprinklers to keep your lawn green while being eco-friendly. Okay, whatever. Those are my 3 bullet points. The goal of today is not going to be to write the world's greatest email, but just to show you kind of the flow of something, of how you would, because normally I should research this, right? But I have possibly 10 to 12 emails I'm going to write for you today, so I'm going to go through them a little bit faster. The point today the point today is to teach you how to make a sequence that makes sense, right? So tomorrow I'll send you some cool stuff you can do, but if you're looking to just store rain, but even without getting particularly fancy, you can save hundreds or thousands of gallons of water a year with nothing but a couple of barrels and some PVC. The peace of mind and flexibility and like reliability, enduring, it's safe, it's word that starts with R that means enduring, surviving, thriving, meant to describe someone that can last through a bad situation. I don't know. Resiliency. My goodness. Wow. And resiliency comes from a $250 setup is amazing. Here's everything you need to make one yourself. Download the buyer's guide. P.S. If you want a visual of all of visual demonstration of how to put it all together, check out this video. Okay, so in the video, I'll once again hook in that I'll send you some more advanced stuff tomorrow. Or I could do a P.S. Before you start building, if you want to get fancy, I'm going to send you some more advanced stuff you can build tomorrow. Okay. Email number 2. So I'm just going to say, I'm writing an email that covers the 28 cool things you can do with reclaimed, with stored rainwater. Please give me those 28 things. Things like, and then I'll drop in my 3 things from the day before. Write it in a numbered list with, in a numbered list with no heavy formatting, so I can just drop it into my email. Provide a 1-sentence example for each one of how it works. Okay, great. Okay, drought restrictions, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna come in here. I'm gonna say the subject line and body. There are lots of cool ways your water doesn't need to just sit there. You should put it to work. The good news is that this is feeling so salesy, like I'm already leading it into buy the bigger thing. The good news is that this is all kind of like a beer bong sequence. It's like an indoctrination beer bong sequence. The good news, which would save me from the back half, that would be nice. But the good news is that it doesn't need to be is that there are lots of cheap and easy ways to make better use of your water. I found 28 of them, and you can see how to set each one up in today's video. And I'm just going to link out to that video. Here are my 28 favorite things you can do with your new water. Okay, blah, 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 blah. So this is almost exactly what Keith Krantz's thing was, right? It's just like a list. Each one of these examples is an awesome automated way you can use your water without lifting a finger. If you want to see how you can set any of these up, you're in luck. I've got a full tutorial for you here. Thanks, David. P.S. I know you're probably sold on the whole save water thing, but if you're struggling to figure out why you may want or not want certain features, I'm going to walk you through some real life situations that may help you figure out what you need for your rain saver system. Over the next couple of days, I'm going to stay tuned. Great. So now we've got a little PS that's like, hey, stick around and keep listening. Boom. Give them some space. Full tutorial for you here. Give them the blue. Not what I want. Give them the blue. Then up here, I had in today's video. So we've got 2 links for them there. Download the buyer's guide. That's going to be a button. Give me the button. Blue, white. Okay. Great. And then I'll throw in that secondary guy right there, right? Blue, ding. Okay. Great. Thing number 3, and it's just kind of getting up on each other, so I'm going to hit a break here. Break. Email number 3, people with water waste. Saving water in urban areas. Kind of a lame subject line. Subject line. Give me better subject lines for this email. This is not associated with the 28 things. It's a different email. Give me better subject lines for that. I'll just use the city water. I'm gonna give myself a little emoji. Give me like a little vomit guy. Give me the vomit guy. Blah. Body. I'm gonna go kind of rough order here. Most people think the city water is safe and always available, but I grew up under survivors of the Cold War. We were prepared to fill our bathtubs full of clean water on a moment's notice in case a bomb dropped and the water supply was contaminated. But that isn't good enough. The water, that was hopelessly naive. You don't have that time in that moment. The supply could already be contaminated. Plus, there are tons of non-doomsday examples. You need your own water supply. Plus, there are tons of non-doomsday examples of why you might need your own water supply. Is life and death. This is life and death. But this is also comfort and resiliency, which is why I have the full guide on how to build everything you could possibly need for your rain saver system. It's easy to do. It isn't expensive. It totally automates your experience. If you missed it, there are 28 awesome projects you can do to pimp your rain saver system. Check out the video. PS. If you already did this, or you started to do this, can I just combine those? Just going to combine those into one big thing. Because I'm going to use ChatGPT for that. If you already did this or you started to do this, if you already did this, let me know how it went here. PS. If you're struggling to set this up or just afraid to get started, or honestly, not just afraid, little afraid, so we're softening here, just a little intimidated by getting started, I put a video together just for people. Sure, I think because this is the one I suggest maybe a live call. I'm going to do a live call here. I'm doing, I'm going live on Instagram today to answer any of your pressing questions at 3 p.m. to answer your questions. So email number 4, I'm not even going to write that. Email number 4, I'm just going to subject, I'm going live soon. Questions, I'm going live soon. I guess I'm writing it. So you want a water system, but you're not sure where to start, or maybe you're just a little intimidated. I've got your back. I'll answer all of your questions in 15 minutes. Join me on IG Live. Join IG Live, right? Okay, nice and easy. Okay, I'm just gonna ask it to rewrite this, but better. This is my favorite prompt in the whole world. Ready? I go, rewrite this, but better. So here's a great example. I tell you, like, you have to practice, but I've written a lot today, and I'm trying to get some volume out. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna, hold up. So I'm gonna do this. Ba-doom. Nope, don't do that. Yep. Gonna hit them with the side by side. Boom, bam. And okay, and I'm gonna drop this and blue. All right, now I can read them side by side and see what I want to do from each one, right? Okay, what's good about one? What's good about the other? Most people think the city water is safe and always available, sure, but I grew up with Cold War survivors, the kind of people who would fill a bathtub with clean water after the second a siren went off, just in case a bomb dropped in the water supply is containment. But here's the problem: that kind of prep is too little, too late. If the emergency has already started, your water could be unsafe. You don't need a last minute plan. You need a you don't need a backup system. I like all of that except the backup system. It's not a backup system. It's the system, right? You need your own water supply. And this isn't about there are everyday reasons to store your own water supply. That's like half good. There are everyday reasons you need your own water. Okay. Build out this section with mini stories. Nope. No. Oh, it actually knew. That's crazy. I mean, I get it. Way shorter. Where is that email? There we go. Perfect. That's what I want. And exactly how I want it. Okay, so I'm going to do all that. I'm going to go back up to my original thing. Sometimes it's life or death. Sometimes it's, but more often it's about comfort, resilience, and independence. That's why I put together a full guide of how to build a thing that does it all. It's cheap, automatic, and it's honestly kind of fun. And if you haven't seen it yet, there are 28 creative ways you can use your stored rainwater. Some of them will surprise you. Check out the video. That's a nice addition. Check out the video here. If you already built yours, let me know. Just hit reply. If you're still stuck, I'm going live. Sweet. Yeah, that works. Perfect. Cool. So now you see a bit of how I use ChatGPT to be like, I do not have time to actually review this. I'm just going through. And typically I do write them myself. But again, normally I would take longer to write something like this. I'm like, all right, I need something that's good enough to illustrate how I'd make this little sequence, right? All right, so now I've got email number 4. We're going live soon. Easy peasy. Email number 4. Boom, bam, boom. Already covered that one. Write an email asking people and encouraging them to tell me if they built it yet, and link to a 3-minute survey. Great. Okay, yeah, I kind of like that. Cool. So I'm going to take all that. So here's typically how I do this, right? So I'm going to say, I'm going to keep, I use Typeform for these sorts of things. Typeform, do. So there's the possible things. So I'm going to say, subject, did you build your rainwater system yet? Just a quick yes or no. First name, I want to check in. Did you get to do this? Whether you're doing it yet, I'd love to hear from you. It takes 3 minutes. Insert survey link. Here's what you can tell me. Send me pictures or stories of how it's working for you. I'd love to feature them. Some of you in a live hangout soon. That's kind of cool. That is flattering. Yes, but that's cool. Maybe it's not working perfectly yet, or maybe you feel like you're not making the most efficient use of your water. No worries. I want to send you something that will help. And kind of the same thing here. No yet, not yet. This can feel like a lot. I've got but remember, this can really be life or death for you and your family. It can be your peace of mind and security. And I want to send you something that will make it super easy to do. Like okay. Cool. I won't do an example. Your feedback makes it easy. So hit the link. Let me help you. Thanks, David. P.S. If you want to chat sooner or have questions, just reply to this email. I'm here to help. Cool. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty simple. Again, it's super forward. I think, you may have an impression of me, of direct response marketers, right? And you might say like, oh, they're so pushy. Does that feel that pushy? Right? Like I'm telling you right there, hey, like I love to sort you into stuff. I'd love to just like hear some stories. If you feel like you're not making the best use of it yet, cool. I have some stuff that can help. If you haven't started at all, I can make it even easier for you. Just let me know. You remember, there's a reason why you signed up for this in the first place. So if that's where you're at, I really want to help you out, right? You've just given me permission to sell you 2 different packages. And on top that, I get some social proof that I can use in future marketing, right? That's super cool. Very easy. And I don't even have to do the beer bong sequence because that was super beer bongy, right? You got 3 things that really indoctrinated you into what you're going to get here. In fact, let me just add something that's a little bit more indoctrination-y. Yeah, I don't know. I like the beer bong sequence intro. Yeah, so cool. There you go. It's a twofer. There we go. And then after this, so this is the email number 1, the yes but people, and email number 2, the no but people, the no people. I'm gonna call this 1A and 1B. And so now you're doing this email sequence and you get to sort it out. You get to make a split in your logic and then send it to different people or add them to different lists and do it that way. So I don't think I need to write this. You should write 2 different ones, but I got it all in one. I think that's pretty good for the example, and I only had to write 4 emails for you. So I hope you enjoyed a slightly shorter example for you here today. So I did an indoctrination / sales promo sequence. Don't have to go super hard there. I think you can see, based on Brian's thing, how you, as you're doing your children's toy launch, you can go super hard, super hard if you want to, or you could keep it a little bit shorter around that 5 email mark. So anyways, here's what I have for you today. And tomorrow, you're probably excited. I know I am, because this is the part that I not just do, because, you know, I do top-down strategy. I've done all of these different things at different parts of my career. But the main thing, if I'm going hands-on, I'm doing sales pages these days. But, you know, I work with a team. I direct the team to do certain things. I'm like, the email needs this. Maybe we do this many days in a sequence. So I've done all the email stuff before. But this part is not just like my strategic thing I can do. Like, this is my specialty. I'm super excited to get you into it. So now that you have emails down, you know how to grab attention. You know how to do open loops. You learn how to sell the click. You learned all of those basics in the email, like how copywriters before you used direct mail to nail these principles before they moved on to magazines and newspapers and things like that, right? So now you're honing your skills. You've gotten the practice. What happens after they click? Now you need to actually motivate them to buy. And next time I'm going to show you how to write high converting sales pages, whether that's a traditional, like one click only, one way off the page landing page, or that's an e-commerce page. However you're going to do it, it could be a quiz funnel, whatever it might be. I'm going to show you how to make really good ones that pull people in and get them to escalate and buy from you. You'll learn the exact structure, the formulas, and the psychology that gets people to buy. You don't want to miss it. I'll see you next time.